So Sony announced a Sony cinematic universe, if you will, where instead of like licensing their products out to various studios and getting people that don't know what the products are about, they're gonna make them in-house. So think Marvel Studios.
Yeah. Basically, what's happening is that since let me get this right, Sony Interactive Entertainment, because they changed their name, they now open up their own movie studio, being Sony PlayStation Productions, and they're going to start making movies and TV series out of their own IP.
Does anyone not remember the last time Sony tried to make their own thing?
I mean, but this is the PlayStation division.
No. So
and they're the only ones that are making money right now.
Yeah, but I meant more like Powers.
No, Mitch, I was just about to say, don't mention that show. So
too late, I just did.
That was like a bad attempt. I think here it's kind of a smart move, though, because who understands the property better than the makers? Like, remember, I think it was Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog, was it?
Yeah.
That was like, when they asked him about the current status of The Last of Us, and when some of the info got out there, it was like, that doesn't sound anything like The Last of Us. What the hell was that? It's like, no, we don't want that.
Same thing with Uncharted. It's just like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the CEOs, Sean Layton, also, it was revealed that he had some meetings with Kevin Feige on how to make a, I guess, cinematic universe, because they wanted to follow the Marvel formula when making these movies or TV shows.
Bro, I am so excited for Killzone v Twisted Metal. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. I am hyped.
Yeah, because people are wondering like what what IPs they're going to start out with, because they've already established that they're working on some of the projects that they have. They only announced one so far at I think it was the Investors review in Japan. The only one that they announced during a Q&A session was a Twisted Metal TV series that's in development right now, among other ones.
Yeah. I'm hyped for that, honestly. And I'm not hyped for it because I'm like, okay, this can be like revolutionary or something. Twisted Metal is an easy concept to understand, and it's like, all right, set it in a post-apocalypse. There's a crazy tournament. You follow like a basic character trying to get into it. You have all these crazy characters like, Sweet Tooth and Axel and whatever. It's like, all right, I'll take it.
So it's Mad Max versus Death Race.
Yeah.
Basically, because the original game, the plot was very, very bare. It's about some crazy mystical dude named Calypso, and this whole thing takes place on one day, Christmas Eve in 2005. And if you win the death match, you get to have one wish. Doesn't matter what it is, he will fulfill it.
It's just literally cosplay Fast and Furious. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'll take it though. I will gladly take that. But outside of that, like I was trying to think of other IPs they have. In 2009, if I remember correctly, I might be a year off, but Universal and Sony signed a deal to produce Resistance: Fall of Man. And then that never happened. But realistically, I think that could make for a good period piece TV series. Like, set it during World War. Here's the invading Chimera aliens, and go ahead. Like, I think there's something different inherently there you could kind of explore and make it look unique.
See, my question is, are these going to be tied to the games or separate?
Oh,
or are they going to be adapted?
I hope
they're going to be adapted. They're going to be adapted.
It's just adapted.
Because they said, basically, from what like Sean Layton and a couple other guys have said, is that it's going to be really hard to adapt a 30-hour game to an 80-hour game to 2-hour movies. And another thing that they're trying to do is give fans of those universes something to look forward to in between sequels of IPs that they're doing. So like if they
to me that says that it should be like tied, like replace DLC with these shows.
Right.
I mean, that's what they're doing. So like if they announced this during like the production of Horizon Zero Dawn or the soft reboot of God of War, you'd have gotten a movie or a TV series to tide you over until the sequel of the IP came out.
I honestly think like Horizon would be perfect for a big budget movie. Like,
Oh, it needs to be a big budget.
Well, look at cosplayers. They're able to sit there and make these designs of those costumes so beautifully, and like.
But that's like also in part of what Marvel Studios and Disney have done. They're like, wow, people can make these real droids. Let's just hire the fans to do our costumes and stuff. It's like, you know, that's kind of expanding now. So
Yeah, it's like saying like Sony Pictures is helping, but they haven't like said like what would be their budget between pictures yet. It's just
I
that's
mean,
the
it
one
better
thing.
be high because all their exclusives are like
Yeah, I know.
crazy high. So
like, to me, I think the one I think fans here would want is like some sort of version of Infamous. Like,
Yeah, that's one that's been rolling around saying that they're looking into that. And then like for me, I was just, like thinking about other IPs that they have. They want to go to like a spy genre. They got their Siphon Filter series.
Siphon
that's
Filter,
been-
yeah,
and
that'd be
they got-
great.
if they want to go with like a racing, they got their Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
And, like, and they can actually do like offsets. They can go street. They can go F1. Even NASCAR
Gran
if they want to.
Turismo have a story?
Not really. So you can basically make it whatever you want.
Oh God, let's not though sit there and have a show like that come out without really any story, because then you're gonna have the same thing as Need for Speed.
no, I was gonna say
I
Gran
was just about to bring that
Turismo.
up.
They could literally make Gran Turismo like Sony's version of Top Gear. Like, I could see it kind of like
Okay.
that.
That's not a bad idea.
Like,
That is
here,
not a bad
test
idea.
these cars, do the tracks. Like, I think that would honestly kind of work, because not everything has to be like, you know,
Realistic.
sci-fi crazy or and I know a lot of people have brought this up and it's not gonna happen, but Marvel Spider-Man, like,
Yeah,
that's no.
Like, yes, they own the movie rights, but if they do a TV show, they can't do it. No,
Well,
there's no way they're
yeah.
going to let them do that.
The only way you could do this is, let's say the second game is 3 years off. They produce webisodes based in engine, and they're like 5 to 10 minute webisodes to bridge the two
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
That could happen, but you're not getting a live action tie-in to this video game series and a TV series. It's like, one, Disney ain't gonna allow it. Two, Sony can't sink that much money into it. Three,
Yeah.
they're running 3 Spider-Men back to back. Get out of here! Like,
Well, so they're basically doing that with the Spider-Man DLC anyway.
Yeah, and most of it's just the the vocal minority is they want this because they don't want Tom Holland as Spider-Man because Iron Man Jr.
wah.
That was basically the whole entire thing of them trying to get PlayStation Productions and Sony to say you guys can make the adult Peter Parker that we always wanted with Spider-Man PS4 and all that, and I'm like, they technically can't unless Disney and Marvel want to because they own
Marvel owns TV rights.
yeah. And
Whoa.
they also own the video game too because they're licensing out to Sony and PlayStation. so-
Exactly.
I can't wait for Sly Cooper.
Yes. Yes.
So if they bring back like their old animated, like cartoon exclusives, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, give me a Crash Bandicoot series or like Spyro.
Yep. I would love those so much, and the fact that you can re-engage kids into those video games so much easier then, because like those particular video games, they got re-releases, they're beautiful, but it's the adults playing them and maybe their kids are watching. Give them the TV show, then the kids are going to want to play it more.
Just make it better than Skylanders, not that series, because that was bad.
Yeah. Well, I guess that was a side topic here, so we'll actually switch on to real topics.